Thank you, Balaji Foundation, Mrs. Raj and Pradeep especially, honorable dignitaries on the dais, fellow academics, students, ladies and gentlemen. We need to address, when we talk of NEP 2020, there are certain concerns I will share with you which are very important, which we must address. And the first one is diversity. In a country like ours, it is very important to address diversity because we have a country where we have a knowledge divide, we have a skill divide, we have a demographic divide, we have ethnic divide, and in such a situation, it becomes very important to address the problem of diversity in this country. Second is inclusion. Now we need to address this whether the system of higher education is inclusive. I believe somebody said, "जी चाहता है सच बोलूं, पर हौसला नहीं होता." I found it is not inclusive because the kind of universities we have today, we have number of universities which are private universities, and ordinary student from an ordinary family. Let us not forget that we live in 6 lakh villages. A ordinary student, a boy or a girl, cannot afford to take admission in many of these institutions in the country. So inclusion in education has become very big issue, and that issue is the accessibility to education, good education, the affordability to good education. Do we mean to say by NEP that those who can afford can have good education, and those who cannot afford, they would be not included in that system? Probably we need to address that. And social responsibility. Now somebody asked me that what should be the mandate of any institution, not only the law institution. The mandate should be, I said, that we need to produce a generation of lawyers, those who are technically sound. We are talking about technology and law. We have been talking about AI, professionally competent, so that we have been talking about skill upgradation and socially relevant. So the third aspect, which is very, very important, is are we preparing our students in our university that what kind of social responsibility they can take up. I would be very happy that NEP, under the NEP, every university will draw a plan where we will engage ourselves with the communities and we will do very community-based projects and activities. And next, many emphasize about ethical conduct and value system. And if you are aware of the Constitution, the very value system is provided in the preamble of the Constitution, where we talk of social justice, economic justice, political justice, equality, fraternity, democracy. There are a lot of values which are enshrined in the preamble itself. How NEP 2020 will promote these values enshrined in the Constitution. And next would be that we need to do something where we do some collaborative teaching and learning by sharing knowledge across borders. Pankaj Mittal, the Secretary General of the AIU, I was the President of the AIU earlier, very well emphasized that the foreign universities will come to India and the students of India would get a chance to have admission in those universities. I have two very important questions to share with you. Number one would be whether students will be afford to have that education, because no lunch is free. That's a very common saying. The universities, though, will come and collaborate. You have to pay a very hefty fee. So how do we manage to get that education? So that is very important. So the idea of local to global is very good. We have been putting a lot of emphasis on language. Locally, language is fine. But when we talk of creating competencies which we need at a global level, then in that case, language may not be that important. We have to learn the language of the other countries, where English is a very important language. I was sharing with somebody, and then we found I'm a very staunch believer in the Hindi language. My own education has been in a village in Hindi, but I do believe when I search for any good book in law, I don't find even a single book in law which is up to the standard of the books written by for authors. In medical we don't have. In engineering we don't have. In management we don't have. We can talk of these things, but we first need to create this expertise